Today was a very busy day for all Java developers because of one vulnerability that is found in Log4j, and this is the most common logging framework used almost in all Java projects. So in this video, I'll show you what is this vulnerability and what it can do and how we can mitigate. Let's get started. So this is the vulnerability we are talking in this video, and I'm pretty much sure this page got a highest number of hit today because of the big news about these Log4j 2 vulnerabilities. All the Java applications that are using Log4j version number greater than 2.10 or less than equals 2.14.1 are vulnerables. And what it will do basically, an attacker can control log messages or log message parameters, can execute arbitrary code loaded from LDAP servers when message lookup substitution is enabled. So basically any version between these two version number are vulnerable. So we will first reproduce this to see what this means, and then we will see how we can mitigate this. To demonstrate this, let's quickly create one Spring Boot project and give it a name, and I'm going to choose Gradle project. Let's say Java version 8. You can give some group name, artifact name, some description and package name. Then click next, and we are going to create one web application. So let's select Spring Web as dependency, click next, and then finish. So this will create one Gradle project for us, and in the Gradle dependency we can see we have starter web project. But to reproduce this, we have to use Log4j 2. So let's exclude the transitive dependency, exclude, then group, copy this, and the module should be and add so we can choose any the Log4j 2 starter. So let's pick this one. So what we did here is like we're just excluding the transitive dependency, Spring Boot starter logging, and we are using Log4j 2. So this will just enforce that we are using Log4j 2 for this project. So now let's build the project. Yeah. So now make sure we are using Log4j version which is between 2.10 and 2.14. Yeah, so in our case we can see it is 2.14.1, which is vulnerable as per the CB because it is less than equals 2.14.1. Now let's create a Spring Boot application class. So new class, and let's say packages app Log4j application. Make sure to select main method, and it will create that Spring Boot class, and we need to add annotation Spring Boot application. Now run that Spring application by writing Spring application dot run and pass the Spring class. Okay, so now our Spring application is ready. So now we'll create one REST controller to test the vulnerability. So let's write test controller, and this will be a REST controller. Now here we'll expose one endpoint, and we'll accept one input parameter from user, and then we'll try to log that using Log4j logger. Then we'll see how that can be exploited by attacker. So let's define the logger private static final logger. So we are going to use Apache Log4j one, which is vulnerable logger, then log manager dot now let's expose one endpoint so that attacker can exploit this using its special input public string, say name it test, and it will take one request parameter. So let's request parameter, say name user input, it is string input, and this will return, let's say, just empty JSON string, and in between we'll just log info and don't forget to expose this endpoint. So let's add get mapping, and our endpoint mapping is vulnerable. So that's it. So the idea here is that we are using Log4j 2, which is version less than equals 2.14.1 and greater than equals 2.10. And we have one application which takes input from user, and we just log that information using the Log4j 2 logger. Okay, so now our application is ready to be exploited. Let's start our application in debug mode. And let's put one debug point here. And our server started at port 8080. Now let's try to hit this endpoint. Now assume I'm a good user, so I'm going to hit the application with some input that application expects. So user input, let's say src codes, and now hit enter. Sure enough, it will go to this debug point, and if you can see, the user provided src codes, and the Log4j 2 logger is going to print that in this log. Yeah, so it just printed user input src code. So there is nothing unusual in this case. So let's just put one colon here just to make it clear and redeploy this. Now let's assume I'm not a good user. Now what I can do? So I have already prepared one string which is basically doing JndiLookup for LDAP directory. And what I am going to do, as you are going to use it in a request parameter, so we have to encode it. So I'm just going to encode this thing. I'm going to copy this, and now, yeah, so instead of expected input, I'm going to provide it something unexpected. So now click enter, it will go to debug point. You can see now this time I provided something else. So now we can see what is the impact of this. So now we can see we're getting connection diffused. Let's scroll up, and we can see it's actually trying to look up that JNDI resource LDAP, and it is trying to connect to there. So this is all about this vulnerability. So attacker can pass something which is not expected by the application, and it can connect to LDAP server using JndiLookup. Now how we can mitigate this? So we can do it in two ways. One way is like upgrade this Log4j 2 version to 2.15, or disable this lookup by passing JVM arguments. Like so let's argument. Yeah, so adding this JVM arguments minus t. So what this will do, basically it will disable that lookups in log message. So let's apply close and restart. Now we'll try the same input. So we can see we provide the same input and execute. You can see this time it is not trying to connect to that JndiLookup. Instead, it is treating this as plain string. So let's do it once again. Just remove it. Apply, close, then restart. Then I will hit the same input to make sure, yes, we are getting the same input. Now let's execute, and you can see it is trying to connect, and it is not running in my local, so that's why it is getting connection refused. So basically we can mitigate this thing many ways, but what I found, these are the two quickest approaches that we can take to mitigate this risk. First one is to upgrade your Log4j framework to 2.15, but this may require build and deployment of your application. So and other way is to disable that lookup by passing that JVM arguments, and this we can pass in the server level. We do not need to build or deploy the application. So this will be much quicker and safer approach in my understanding, but I am sure there will be multiple ways to do this. I'll provide the link of this source code in the description section below. So if you want, you can just take a look. If this video really helped you, then please give a like or subscribe to help me. Thanks for watching.